What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here getting some steps in. I did some running, did some exercising. Running as in taking care of errands. You know, gotta be productive. But we getting those steps in now. Got 10,000 to go. I mean, I didn't got a good chunk of them in. I think I'm about halfway. So I think by the time I go home, I'll beat and hit that goal. We'll see though. Unless I get called away, I should be able to hit that goal. But let's get into the topic at hand, which is we have protests in California. We have Mexicans in California protesting the deportation efforts. I mean, it's been happening. The news hasn't been quite as aggressive about covering the deportations themselves, but they've still been out there pretty aggressively covering people protesting. So what are these protests about? Well, you have Mexican Americans protesting the deportation of criminals, because at the moment, that's all that it's been. It's been criminals. Now, according to Homan, in many cases, when they go and they find a criminal, the criminal is living with another person or persons who are over here illegally as well, so they end up taking them. They may not be criminals in terms of they were convicted of something where they come from, but they are here illegally, and that's why they're taking them too. We had Selena Gomez, she did a video recently where she was crying about the deportation efforts. She ended up taking it down because she was basically cooked for the fact that she's crying about criminals being deported, but people like Lake and Riley, who were, they're no longer with us because of people like the criminals they're getting rid of. Where's the tears for her? Like you have tears for criminals, but you don't have tears for the victims that were accosted by these criminals. So she didn't think that through very well, because she took it down. And that whole thing was fake, in my opinion, because I cannot fathom. And I thought about this originally, and I've seen other people who they had the same sentiments. But when I watched that, I just thought, wait a minute. She was in the middle of being sad and crying and stopped and went to go get her iPhone wherever it was and set it up and going on live or setting it up to record, placing it somewhere, and then continuing to cry. That's just so fake. That's why I don't really, the whole tears on camera, I just don't really believe them, because they're just oftentimes not genuine. You got people that are just trying to manipulate you emotionally. Now, there's some gullible people, and there always will be gullible people who will believe these sorts of things. I'm not one of them. Perhaps I'm gullible about some things. I tend to not be gullible about a lot of things, though. I try not to be gullible about most things. Things like that are just so easy to spot. I'm sorry. You should not be falling for this sort of stuff, especially after a certain age. If you're some teenager, okay, fine. But if you are an adult, late 20s, I'm sorry, you got enough life experience where you should understand that people are very selfish and manipulative and should not be falling for that sort of stuff. But with the protest, there's something about that I found to be a bit strange. So you have people that are here on American soil protesting the deportation of criminals. Ooh, the wind's picking up. Oh man, I almost slipped on that ice. Y'all almost got one from me. Y'all almost got one. By one, I mean a clip of me falling. I told y'all if I fall out here on the ice on one of these days, I'm not gonna cut it out. I'm gonna just let y'all have it. Y'all almost got it. But as I was saying, you've got people that are here on American soil protesting the deportation of criminals, and to make matters even weirder, they're burning American flags and waving Mexican flags. So Mexico the place they don't want to go back to, they're waving the flags. In America, the place they want to stay and they want the criminals to stay, they're burning the flag. If anybody out there, any of my subs, you guys can make that make sense for me, I need you to do so for me right now, because I understand that I'm not the most brilliant mind out there. I'm usually pretty good at deducing things, just common sense stuff, but sometimes I need a bit of help. There's deeper messages and things that I may not comprehend, and if this is one of those things that has a deeper message, help your boy out. Help him understand why the people who don't want to go back are waving the flags of the country that they don't want to go back to and burning the flag of the country that they want to stay in. Help me with that. I personally couldn't fathom burning an American flag for any reason. Is this country perfect? No, it's not. But do I believe it's the greatest place on earth? Yes, absolutely. And here you got people from somewhere else that are constantly migrating here. And that just, in my opinion, is a testament to how great this land is. People don't go where it sucks. People don't go traveling from here, there, all over the globe to land somewhere that's not a benefit, that's not a great place. They're not going to go somewhere that is bad. So for all those people that are here, and these are Americans, not the migrants. Usually migrants aren't really saying anything bad about America, generally. It's people that were born and raised here that just want so desperately to paint this picture of America being a bad place. And to them, I always wonder, and really, I've always wondered this. If America is so bad, why don't you leave? You're free to do so. And if America sucks, tell me what country is better and why you haven't already went there. I've always wondered that. I hear fellow Americans, not people that I generally converse with, it's just chat that I hear. I'm out and about and I listen to people, and they're usually people of a certain type. I usually don't hear conservatives talk about America sucking. It's usually liberals. That isn't a dash at liberals. That's just the common denominator that I see. They're usually very left-leaning people that are trying to paint America to be so bad. And I just always have wondered, maybe the next time I see one of them talking like this, I'll go ahead and finally ask. If America's so bad, if it's not as great as we all believe, it sucks, it's terrible, yada, 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 there's some other place that's better. What place is that? And why haven't you already gone there? That's pretty good food for thought. Why? Why haven't you? If you're one of those people, you got to ask yourself, why haven't you went to the place that you think is so much better? And it's not about money, because I've seen people who didn't want to be in America work, save up, and leave. I've seen it happen before. So it's not about money. If you really want to be somewhere, you'll go there. So I'm going to leave it there, y'all. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.